the glitz, the glamour, the carefully curated facade, all shattered in under a minute by one of Hollywood's most respected icons. On the latest episode of The Graham Norton Show, Tom Cruise didn't just throw shade, he dropped a nuke on Meghan Markle's self-important attempt at a culinary comeback. When asked casually about Meghan's new cooking show, Cruise chuckled before replying, "Even my daughter cooks better, and she's 12. The audience gasped. Norton froze for a split second. But Tom? He didn't flinch. Because when someone like Meghan Markle, already polarizing to begin with, tries to masquerade her rebranding campaign through cupcakes and camera angles, someone had to say what the world was already thinking. And it wasn't just a jab, it was a reality check. Meghan's show, heavily promoted as a revolutionary food and lifestyle journey, has become a parody of itself. Critics have described it as pretentious, overly staged, and more about ego than edible content. Audiences weren't watching a woman sharing recipes. They were watching someone trying too hard to seem relatable and failing. Tom Cruise calling it out on such a massive platform wasn't cruelty, it was truth in high definition. Let's be honest. Meghan isn't passionate about cooking, she's passionate about being seen. From cringe-worthy scripted laughter to choreographed kitchen chaos, everything about the show screams manufactured authenticity. In one bizarre episode, she made avocado toast and called it a soulful experience. Meanwhile, her production team reportedly had multiple takes just to get her knife grip right. That's not culinary art, it's PR surgery. And Tom, a man who has built his career on precision and discipline, saw right through the act. There's a growing trend among Hollywood insiders, they're no longer buying what Meghan's selling. Once shielded by royal drama and endless interviews, she now stands in the open, and the cracks are glaring. The cooking show isn't just bad TV, it's symbolic of a larger issue. A woman desperately trying to control her narrative while the world watches her unravel. When Tom Cruise mocked it, it wasn't random, it was reflective of what many A-listers have been whispering behind closed doors. What makes this moment so explosive is that it didn't come from a tabloid or anonymous source. It came from Tom Cruise, a man notoriously private, rarely drawn into public feuds. His willingness to laugh at Meghan's project tells you how low her credibility has sunk. This wasn't petty Hollywood drama. This was an unfiltered assessment by someone who understands what real entertainment and real work looks like. And Meghan, instead of owning the critique or improving her craft, she reportedly stormed off set during her next shoot, blaming male ego and jealousy for the backlash. The irony is thick. The same woman who built an empire out of victimhood is now dismissing any criticism as misogyny, even when it comes from someone as universally respected as Tom. But the truth is simpler. She launched a soulless, overpriced cooking show with zero culinary depth, and now she's facing the consequences. The internet, of course, erupted after the clip went viral. Comments poured in. She's trying to be Martha Stewart without the recipes. It's like watching an Instagram ad stretched to 45 minutes. Tom said what we're all thinking. These weren't trolls, these were viewers, former fans, even chefs weighing in on the embarrassment that is Meghan's kitchen. And the numbers don't lie. Ratings for her second episode plummeted by over 30%. Sponsors are reevaluating. The empire is wobbling. It's time to face facts. Meghan Markle underestimated the audience. She assumed people would swallow anything wrapped in her personal brand, even if it was just kale smoothies and recycled Pinterest quotes. But the tide has turned. People are no longer enamored by titles and tiaras. They want substance, not soft lighting. And Tom Cruise, perhaps unintentionally, just voiced the collective exhaustion with Meghan's media saturation. What began as a casual joke on a British talk show has turned into a defining moment, a collision between inflated ego and unflinching honesty. Meghan wanted her show to be her comeback. Instead, it's becoming her case study in overexposure. Tom Cruise didn't destroy her cooking show, he exposed what was already broken. And now, the world isn't just watching. It's laughing. And perhaps, finally, it's moving on. And as the cameras fade and the applause dies down, one thing is clear: Meghan's magic act is failing. The illusion of sincerity, the faux domestic charm, the carefully lit countertops and designer aprons, they're not fooling anyone anymore. Tom Cruise's remark didn't come out of thin air. It came after months of watching Meghan try and fail to reinvent herself as America's next authentic lifestyle guru. The problem? Authenticity can't be faked. And when it is, the audience notices and tunes out. Hollywood is a tough crowd, but the public is even tougher. And in the age of receipts, replays, and ruthless reality checks, Meghan's latest endeavor has turned into nothing more than a glossy crash landing. Once hailed as a disruptor, now she's being dismissed as a punchline and not even an original one. Her name is increasingly tied to failed ventures, awkward rebrands, and lukewarm receptions. So yes, the world is moving on not with malice, but with indifference. And for someone who once dominated headlines with every move, indifference is the most brutal blow of all. Tom may have delivered the line, but the public? They delivered the verdict. Meghan's kitchen is closed.